Hey guys, welcome back to Secret of Mana. I'm Nintendo Capri Sun. Nobody cares, that's okay. Going to part 6 of this. This is part 6, right? I don't really know. So once you save Pandora, you get some new armor at the armor shop if you want. Which I remember, like, I played through this game 3 or 4 times before I ever realized there was new armor you could get over here. Because it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but I guess it's probably worth having. If for nothing else, than the fact that it protects you against poison. You get the Cobra bracelet. Let's grab 3 of these. Now let's go ahead and sell. I wouldn't normally do this, but I'll just sell what I'm wearing so we can do this all in one shot.
Anything else? Come again.
I don't know. I'm curious, like, how many other people do that. Like, do you wait until you've equipped the new armor so that you can see the difference, or are you happy to just go to 0? You know, and then equip the new armor just right away without being able to see how different it is from the last armor. I guess once you play the game enough, it kind of doesn't matter anymore. The real difference you're going to see is when you go out into battle. You know, seeing numbers on a menu screen is just a small part of it.
This is Pandora Castle.
Yes, it is. So we're going to go ahead and pick up a couple of orbs here. This is another thing. My first time through this game, I didn't realize there were orbs you could get here. I don't actually remember how many times I had to play before I figured this out. I might have figured this out at the same time as I figured out the Cobra bracelet thing. I don't know. It's just weird to think, you know, how many years ago was that now? 24 years, and I still remember. Just because of how useful it is to get these orbs, I remember how much it sucked not having them. How much I wish I could have told myself. But then again, you know, once you play the game without them, you kind of, you know, you get that sense of what it's like to not have them. So then you see what a difference they do make. Anyway.
Hope has returned to my kingdom. What Gemma said about you and the Mana Sword was true after all. As the legends foretold, we will bestow our treasure back to its rightful owner. Go down those stairs to retrieve it. We've guarded these for centuries for you, wielder of the Mana Sword. Take them with you and save the world.
Yes, sirree. I will do that. So what do we got? 50 GP? 50 GP? Spear Orb? Yep. It's the 2 best orbs in the game, too. The 2 best weapons. You know, so which makes it even worse that I missed these my first time. First however many times. That's what was so great about it. I mean, games didn't have that much to explore back then, and yet you still missed stuff. Just because you didn't know, you didn't have the internet. All you had was Nintendo power.
Thank you. When your journey is over, please come back. You are welcome here in Pandora.
Yeah, I never talked to these guys before. You know, before they were in trouble. Or before they got better.
The king has recovered. He's no longer languishing in depression. In fact, he cannot seem to sit still.
Well, maybe he should stop sitting on his lap then.
These are the king's chambers.
That's right, they are. And I am leaving the chambers, I'll have you know.
It looks like Gemma was correct when he said you young people were going to save our country.
So where's to next, huh? Well, you might be wondering that yourself. Actually, they don't actually give you a scene. Well, they probably do, and I've just seen it so many times that I forget. No, I know what we have to do next, but it's all just a matter of what, you know? So at this point, it's kind of not even worth fighting the monsters here anymore, so I'm kind of just gonna dash through them. Sometimes it's still fun to come through just, you know, because you can kill everything in one hit, so you really get a feel for how powerful you are now. I mean, these Rabbites, good lord, they're just nothing now. Not sure why I'm bothering to pick up the treasure, but who knows? If I don't have any candy on me, I just don't, do I? We might want to do some shopping when we get back to the dwarves. Because we're out of Cups of Wishes, we're out of pretty much everything. Well, I mean, we're out of Cups of Wishes, which are everything, in some sense.
Hey there. Special offer just for you. Guy is neighbor. Short.
There's only like 4 different places really at this point in the game you can go, so it's just a matter of going to each one and seeing if something new happens. See the Water Palace, Guy's Navel, Pandora. Well, 3 places, right? I mean, the Witch's Castle is like all on its own. It's one of the 4 places, but once you've finished it there, then it's like, okay, now you're down to 3. The Gaia's Navel is kind of like, you're never really done here. There's always more to come back and see and do. Plus Kilroy's funny. I'm Kilroy! Kilroy! I guess Kilroy was like a big thing back in the late 70s. And that's why in Mr. Roboto, at the end of it, they say, I'm Kilroy. He used to be like this little thing where he would peek up from behind paper or something. And it would say Kilroy was here. See, they had memes back then, too. Yeah, let's definitely get the spear and sword raised up here. Raised up, alright, I tell ya. Oh, you know what? Hang on a second, let me... Yeah, dude, I don't have headgear for the sprite, do I? I have nothing. Let me get him something. We can get it here, actually. I don't know how I managed to miss that. I guess when I was looking at the bandana, which I hadn't sold yet, and just assumed right away. Sometimes if you don't look really close, you can't tell
Welcome.
if something is like being used by someone, or if that's just part of the design of it. Oh, the rabbi cap, here we go.
Anything else?
No,
Again.
not just yet. Let me equip this first. There, oh yeah, see that? Going all this time without that? It even offers some poison resistance. Actually, no, that's the Cobra Bracelet that's doing that for him.
Welcome. What'll it be?
You don't have fairy walnuts here, do you? I think so. It sure is tempting, you know, to up that item limit, even to just 8. Would help a lot. It's elbow pad run!
Anything else?
No, I think I'm good. Yeah, so definitely in between videos I'll have to consider getting out there and grinding up that magic a little bit, just to be on the safe side. It will be a while before we have access to level 3.
The Sea Thieves are below. They're after the mana seed in the underground palace. I'll handle the palace. I need you to see the things below. Keep your guard up. You don't know what enemies lie in wait for you down there.
Oh, I know, trust me.
Well, I'll be. How'd a hole this big get here?
And the hole looks a little weird, like it doesn't look like an entrance to something, so you wouldn't really think when you first see it. This is another thing that I think threw Argon for a loop a little bit on his run. Any of you guys remember him, Argon Matrix? He's been having a rough time lately, you know. Send him thoughts and prayers. Or something, you know.
Aha! The water seed! How'd you get in here? You realize we ain't letting you leave now that you found our secret hideout, right?
You brats have come to the right place. The Scorpion Army is gonna rule the world. That's us.
Oh my god, stop doing that motion. Jeez Louise, what is wrong with your chin? What is going on down there? Is that like, is she like wearing a necklace with an axe on the front of it and it's like floating up in front of her mouth? I don't know.
Yeah. Shut your pie hole. It was us who took your precious water seed. Now, thanks to its awesome power, we've completed our super deluxe robot. We call it Kilroy the Indomitable.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I can't figure out what that is on her chin, like, or what's going on there.
Take them out. Kilroy, activate.
Because it doesn't look like there's anything there when she does her other poses. Oh well. Also, I never realized that she was a girl, the leader of this army. But I guess she was.
Send them to their graves. What's wrong?
Oh, here's another example of a time that I probably should have stayed in an inn. Now I have no magic here. I have enough for cure water, which should get us through it, but still. Let's take advantage of these charge attacks here. Go for the lunar boost, are you? Lunar boost? Yeah, I've noticed that this will happen a lot. Like, the AI for the enemy will target them and totally ignore me. And this allows me to just kind of hammer them from behind.
Keep it coming.
This isn't too bad. We don't need no stinking magic. There's just be a no magic run here. Oh, he's turning around. Here he comes. Oh, he's already on his wheel. Holy crap. When he gets on the wheel, that means he's like half dead, so... When he starts out on his feet, you can't, it's harder to tell in this game. You can't really see it as well down there. Guess I'm not even gonna have to heal myself. Holy crap. Yeah, that's doing a pretty good job of just mucking him up on his own. Hang in there, hang in there. Here we go. Got him. Nice. Look at that. I do think the boss explosions are a little more gratifying, because you remember in the first one they just kind of froze in place, and they glowed like 3 different shades of red to yellow, and just alternated. It just definitely looks a lot cooler here. Obviously they didn't have a way to do that on the... Well, I mean, the funny thing is, there are games on the Super Nintendo where things explode and actually look cool doing it. As far as that goes, even Super C has pretty good boss explosions. So it wasn't for a lack of being able to do it, really, I don't think. Anyway, but you know, it's just whatever. So we're way behind on our end cutscenes here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get one out of the way here.
One night is 50.
It's so weird talking to Luca. I can't wrap my head around the idea that she's hundreds of years old.
Never seen a granny like her.
First time we met, I didn't realize that was Luca until Gemma got mad at me.
What's her secret? Whoa! What's with the serious expression? I don't care how old I get, as long as I never look like Elena. How does Luca manage? I've got it! It must be the lake around the water palace. Undine must have imbued it with magic or something. That must be it. I'll just take up swimming in the lake every day and wait for the results. Look out, world! This fresh-faced girl is gonna cause a splash! What is she talking about this time?
I wasn't gonna ask.
You guys have something to say?
No, nothing.
There are some things we just don't need to wonder.
Yeah, I didn't even notice this until Gerard pointed it out. They don't get under the covers in this game. They just sleep on top of them. Just like Link. Oh, I guess I could save. Yeah, I guess I could eat. Jeez. Can you name that movie? That's not a movie, actually. It's a TV show. It's called Lost, and it's from the episode Dave, starring Hurley, played by Jorge Garcia. Alright, so what do we got here? Let's see. Level 2 Whip. And level 2 Javelin. And that's about it. Okay. Yeah, I guess I should try changing my weapons once in a while here. It's starting to get a little crazy. You know what? Let's do that now. I'll take the boomerang for a while, and this is so weird. I never play with the boomerang, but I want to just do some different stuff here. I want to really play around and get to know the game better. And so we'll have the girl have the sword, and then the Sprite, you can use... What in the world is that? Oh, that's the glaive. Okay, well, Sprite, you can use the javelin for a little bit. How about that? We'll just be really weird here. Of course, if she's going to be using the sword, maybe... Oh, is there like a delay when you throw that? Ooh, there is. Okay, well... Decided yet if I like that or not. Ah, it's good though. It hits him. I didn't like the boomerang at all in the original game. It just seemed too wonky, and the animations for it were always a little weird. I don't know, there's something about it, I just didn't care for it, but it definitely looks cool, more solid, seems to fly a more steady path. Like when you would throw it, like to the side, it seemed like it was also moving up and down a little bit or something. I don't know, there's just something weird about it. Yeah, get him. I'll take this guy. And this one. It's just one away from being able to one-shot him. Of course, if I was using a spear, I'd probably one-shot him right away. Yeah, I still haven't leveled the magic yet. And I think I'm gonna wait until we... Ooh, would you like Like, wait till we get to the upper lands to do that. Because we don't need to, really. I'm telling you, man. You don't. You will later in the game, but man, right now, you don't need to.
Welcome,
It's not necessary.
welcome. It's 50 G.
Of course, I hope it doesn't seem like I'm rushing this too much, because I feel like I might be a little bit. Anyway, don't want to get there.
Well, what are you waiting for? Just pop yourself into the...
Oh god, are you serious? Did they seriously just do that? Actually, for this fight, I might want to actually use the sword myself. Just because I know the charged attacks for it, whereas... Ooh, look at this. Why are there monsters in the water palace, man? It really is getting bad around here. We do quite a bit more damage now than we could before. I mean, I'm seeing 74s? Good lord. Oh no, not the acid storm, not the bees! I'm gonna kill everything out here because I probably need the experience. Oh, what magic faded there? Probably the acid storm. I think it lowers your attack, so... Might be your defense, actually. Alright, that's good enough. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I don't want to mess with these. These are upper land enemies here, so... They're very dangerous, especially in large groups. Also, height matters, apparently, when you're walking upstairs. That's why they said the stuff about the javelin, right? Are we okay? Do we need to heal? I think we'll be okay, but there's like a group of these in here that might be a little bit troublesome. Stay far away from the door. Yeah, see, they can hit us pretty hard here. Yeah, that Cure Water's not healing us for much right now. Normally, I definitely would have leveled it up by now. It's just that I don't want to do that on the recording, and I also don't want to, like, do it on the recording and then cut it out, because that means I have like an hour and a half of recording for 1 hour of what actually ends up going up. And that's annoying, because it takes up room on my hard drive and stuff. That actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I don't know if going in and out of here would be a feasible grinding spot, considering that those are enemies you don't see till normally a little later. I doubt it, though. I mean, at this point, going through bosses really fast, you get more experience from the bosses than anything.
Luca!
Get out of here! No!
Well, well, who have we here? I'm Geshtar of the Vandal Empire. Hand over that seed if you want Luca to survive this encounter.
Don't do it! Just run!
Attaboy. So glad to see the seed still safe and sound in this location. Now, I'll just break that pesky seed.
And how are you gonna do that?
There. So glad we had this chat. You can take care of my pets as reward for making it this far. Don't forget to feed him.
Very funny. Start with a magic spell, why not? Yeah, I think in the original, if you hit this guy for 29 damage, you'd probably feel like that was, like, completely pointless. In this one, 29 damage matters. A little more so than maybe it did before. In fact, I'll actually... You know, before I figured out the thing about the hotkeys, I actually liked controlling the girl, because then when you would press X to bring up the menu, it went straight to the sprites menu, which is the one that you're going to the most often anyway. Whereas if you control the boy, then you have to press X twice to get to the sprites menu. So I would give the sword to the girl, so I only had to press it once. And that was kind of a weird little thing I did that I don't normally do. So I don't think... I'm surprised I never did that in the original, though, because it's the same way in the original, right? You have to press X twice to get the sprite. Pretty sure you do. Oh boy. He's throwing out that Cure Water over here. Yeah, my magic is no good on this thing at all, but then again, attacks aren't exactly... Well, I mean, I was just saying 29 damage matters, but then I say 60 is no good. I don't know. Healing Power Bundies. Yeah, but now that I know about the hotkeys more, and then that you can actually use them to put magic on, kind of makes the whole little using the girl as player one trick kind of irrelevant. Also irrelevant. Go ahead and use it again. Just don't let him use Cure Water again. I mean, if he does, he does. Big deal. That's it. No more magic for me. No, and he did it. Alright, I'm gonna get you with the sword. I'm better at the sword than I am the boomerang. Ooh, watch yourself. You can get a little nasty. Man, that Cure Water is just so weak at level 0. Thank goodness I can still dodge. Who was that that got... Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna use Candy on you. Because you're the only one that needs it. He's going after... Oh, man. He... Oh, wow. Somehow I managed to save him. I thought you couldn't do that in this game. Like, in the remake, it seemed like that didn't work. Same with, like, casting spells to cancel out the effects of other spells that are being cast against you. But the further I got in the game, the more I realized you could actually do that sometimes. It's just that the timing is a little different. Boy, what I wouldn't give for a little moon energy right about now. How are we looking? We're okay. Man, he is really going after us right there. I think that's all it... Oh, what I was about to say. That's all the magic he had. Alright, let's do it one more time. Yeah, you can't seem to hit us with that, can he? There we go. That didn't seem like... His Cure Water was healing for about 500 damage. That seemed like his total health right there. I don't know. So when I talk about the bosses being nerfed, it doesn't seem like their damage output is really nerfed, or anything like that, or their defense. It's just their overall health is the only thing that seems to really be different. They just go down a lot faster. And that's why I definitely didn't mind coming into this fight as low level or with no magic levels. Doesn't mean I'm not still gonna grind it though, like I said. Like when we come back in the next video, I'm sure I'll have all my magic up to level 2. Also, let's use the sword. Put the seal back on. Poor Geshtar. Took all that time to break the seal, and all we have to do is hold up a sword to put it back. It's like he would have to stay here and keep breaking it every time I came here. You should take the sword away from me if you really wanted to cement your efforts.
Empire's on the move. We must bring the Mana Sword back to its full power and protect the seeds. Go to the highest peak of the lofty mountains and find Sage Jock. He will teach you the true courage of a hero. You must visit all 8 of the world's palaces and synchronize your sword with the mana seeds. It will be a long and difficult journey, but you must persevere for the sake of the world.
Rejoice, men! The Imperial forces have drawn back. We managed to defeat their monsters in Pandora, too. One of them dropped this. You should take it.
A very easy to miss whip orb here.
The Empire is advancing. We're running out of time. You need to restore the sword now. I'll return to my home country and do what I can to stop the Empire. If they manage to rebuild the fortress, the Mana Sword is the world's last hope. Talk to the Cannon Travelman in Potos. He'll be able to send you to the Upper Land.
Yay, Upper Land! I like the Upper Land in this game. Even though it's a little brutal. I really honestly think the Upper Land is the first time that the game actually gets at least a little challenging compared to the way it has been. The Upper Land is the first time I really struggled. And I'll tell you what, like, I was surprised. And I don't know if anyone else was, or maybe it was just me because I didn't... Well, I made a number of mistakes. First of all, I didn't equip anybody with a spear, so I wasn't ballooning anything. So that hurt. And also, like, I bought the armor that Nico has there. And then I didn't equip it. I bought the 2 quill caps there like I always do. Didn't equip them. So I was taking more damage. But I noticed also that, like... again, this is stuff I should talk about when I get there. But, I noticed that the owls, like in the fall section, seem to really love casting magic more than they did before. They'll just spam that confusion all over you. They'll spam on 2 or 3 different characters. And it really, or actually, well, it's not confusion, it's silence, but still. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit up an inn here, So we can at least try to see one more cutscene before we go. I can't think of a better place to do it than behold Pandora. Prince just running away. She's had enough of this. She's like, I just have to go save Dialog myself. I don't even care anymore. Leave those two losers behind. Damn it, they warped up to me. Oh, man. Well, I tried, you know. Sometimes that's all you can do. Ooga chugga, ooga chugga, ooga chugga, ooga chugga. I can't stop this feeling.
Wish I could use magic. How come you guys get to do all that cool stuff?
I didn't realize you couldn't use magic as the wielder of the mana weapons.
Don't worry, we can clean up all those annoying enemies for you.
But I wanted to clean up enemies too.
Don't pout. I'll cast some magic on your weapon to make you feel better.
Yeah, as long as we help each other out, we'll be invincible.
What a nice sentiment. Leave the healing to me.
Ugh. Good thing you didn't get attack magic, sis.
What? Why?
If you use too much strong magic, you'll turn into a scary witch for sure. Worse than Eleni.
And here I thought you were being nice. I take back everything I said before. Good luck healing yourself.
Come on, cut them some slack.
Oh, you're going to take their side? See if I heal you either.
Oh, man.
Oh, I gotta love these guys. And to sleep we go. So next time on Secret of Mana, we go to the Upper Land. I'm ready. Oh, I'm so ready. You don't know how ready I am.